she was still being pissy about it, but just sitting there listening to that, you could tell that she did have a little bit, I don't know, I would say closure with feeling like he's okay. You know what I mean? Regardless, he didn't deserve what he got. She shouldn't have gotten no fucking money for him. And from what I understand, they are pursuing shit about that. But I mean, hell, we hear that every day, don't we? Like, how many people have had huge FBI cases?
But I gotta jump out of the box. I gotta try and get a shower. It's like what's
All right,
one
Miss
arm
Lynn,
gimpy.
have a good day.
Thank you. I'll be in the. I'll
Stay
be
out
listening.
the alley.
What?
I said, stay out the alley.
Yeah.
I was joking.
I need to stay out of the cutting room in hospitals. Is what I need to do. I'm tired of having surgeries.
Oh, girl, I got my surgery date March 11th on my knee.
I go for my shoulder next week. I go get this brace cast off and then into a 6 to 8 week wrist cast on Monday.
Well, good luck with that. You have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye, yeah. Or bye, sweetheart. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's just all insane. What Shadow went from rags to riches. He did. He's just living his best little pup dog life. I don't know. The only thing I ever had, Mandy, today and now changing it. That's it. I'm so fucking tired of people. Yeah. Mandy, there's awareness on. And now battling. What? I'm sorry. I didn't read the comments for a second. Someone under influence will do anything. Ain't that the fucking truth? But you know, I've said this so many times. I got shit for it the last time I said it, and I don't even understand why. But like, myself included, you know, like, I'm not going to say what I said about Lori because I can't really say that on TikTok. But when it comes to Lisa, like, if she would have legitimately came on here and like just sat here and told jokes and just, she could fucking, what is it called when they a roast? She could roast the fuck out of motherfuckers and people would pay her to do so. She wouldn't have even had to beg for shit, you know? And I truly believe that now. As that Lori needed to go over on the oof, because someone is, or there's always someone that's their cup of tea. I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me.
You're fine.
I mean, you get what I'm saying? They could have legitimately made, I was going to say, we could have legitimately made money instead of, yeah, all this garbage. Oh, dag nabbit. I need somebody to come do my laundry. I'm losing my brain cells, everybody. Mandy got told today. Okay, so what was going on with Mandy? Crazy? Crazy? Or anybody else that's down in the comments?
I'm not sure.
Do what, girl?
What Mandy said, that she got told today that they're all doing too much.
Mandy got told today that they are all
doxing.
doing too much doxing. Who's doxing who?
What I just said.
Mandy doxed Lisa's address, and when it was confronted, she said, "No, that's Lisa's neighbor's address," or some shit.
Why? Because she got the number wrong? That still don't make it right that she accidentally said the address wrong. Like, come the fuck on. Why do people do that? Emma, do you identify as clean clothes now? My little dog is sitting in the top of a basket. Oh, okay. I don't know. I love you. Look at this shit, y'all. Look, stand beside me.
What? They know. You're short as shit. They know.
He's a whole head taller than me. A whole head. I love you, man. Have fun. You can kiss my butt.
Uh, but I mean, no, like it takes a sorry person to do what Lisa does. Uses your family, uses your kids, uses an innocent animal to get money off of people. Like we work hard for our money. You know,
Mhm.
99% all of us that have donated are struggling to keep money in our pockets. So like why should we continue to give money when we don't have it? You know? I mean, like, yes, I work in mental health. I'm a part-time special education teacher. Yes, okay, I have 4 kids. They live at home with me. My stepson, he now just turned 18. He moved back home with me, because, his father wasn't taking good care of him and he ended up going to foster care. I tried to get him, but they wouldn't give him to me because of his behaviors that he was exhibiting at that time.
Right.
And so I just told him, I'm like, when you turn 18, you're welcome to come home with me. When he, like, the day before he turned 18, he ended up, getting everything packed and moved into my house for him to come home. And then, with his foster mom's permission, they completely allowed it. They just said he could not legally move in with me until the day of his birthday. So, now I have 5 kids living in my house. I don't receive state benefits. I don't receive Medicaid. I don't receive food stamps. I don't receive any of those things. So
I
me
know
making
it's
sure that
hard.
my kids are taken care of, to make sure that all my bills are paid. If I have $250 out of each paycheck left over to do something with my kids, I'm not going to give it to somebody that's going to use it for rugs or whatever they're doing with it
It's
because
absolutely insane to me. Like, I would love, after seeing KH's like bank statements and stuff, I would be so curious to see Kim R's, because how in the fuck do you just hand over money like that? Like, she's one person. There's no children involved at all. One person, and she only doesn't receive state benefits because she got in trouble for like the misinformation. She didn't turn in that her children didn't live with her. She didn't turn in any of that shit. But so, I mean, it's just insane to me. But I I don't know. Am I the only fucking person that's sitting here going, how the fuck do you just do that? I mean, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure Kim doesn't even have like a job or whatever. I know she has an old man, and I mean that's what she explained on Discord, was her old man's business was a successful business. But like my
yeah.
husband would have been so motherfucking pissed. I myself would have been cut off from money if I was just sitting there giving his quote successful business money to somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
that just don't make no damn sense at all, broski.
But like, I mean, just taking it to the extreme where I'm a single mom, just doing everything, I mean, I don't want to spend the extra money that I have that I could be doing with my kids, because
No,
like
why not
even me
have a
filling my
vacation?
gas up for both of my vehicles, that's
Right.
included in my bill money, to make sure that that's taken care of. Because like when I want to go out and like if I don't want to cook and my kids want to go, let's say CC Pizza or Olive Garden or Red Lobster or somewhere beyond that point, I'm going to take them and I want to do those things with them. I'm not going to just sit here and give away my hard-earned money to somebody that has a problem. It is her, and my thing of it is that, I mean, if you really wanted to get your life together, you could have done that before your son was taken. If you really wanted to get your life together, you should have been able to do that after the fact. But I've noticed that even when it comes down to her visitations with her son, she doesn't even see him. Like how can a mother be that freaking cold? And I know it's the rugs. I know that. And I'm not saying it's
No,
her
no,
in
no,
in
no,
a, in
no.
a
You
sense.
you cannot. No, I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean it like that, but fuck no. I was horrible in addiction. and that's what I was about to say. I don't know how much you know me, but I was horrible in addiction, and my babies were removed. But I can
Okay.
wholeheartedly fucking stand here and tell you I did not miss a fucking appointment. I did not miss a fucking visitation. Like that bullshit excuse that she gave. What? She said it had to be supervised, and he didn't want to sit in a room with the caseworker. And so therefore she just didn't show up. What? You ain't sent your kids to school?
What?
Yeah, that's her was her excuse. I'm not gonna talk about like the child in himself because I wish people would stop about mine. But I just wanted to let, because somebody's going to come to you and be like, oh, well, you were saying all that in her box and she lost her kids too. I did. I lost my children. I, it, I didn't get my life back together for way too long afterwards. But I'm coming up on a year sober. Um, so I mean but the only thing I can say is I went to every single doctor's appointment, every single school event. Like the only thing that stopped was the fact that they were not in my home 24 hours a day.
I
Um,
heard that she was supposed to go to Jace's doctor's appointment for
yep.
a checkup for him to go to school and play sports or something like that.
The dentist too.
And yeah, the dentist. And then like she had his Medicaid card and she
Yep.
failed to bring that.
No,
Like,
they showed that she was on a live.
oh,
They
she was on
showed
live.
up
Okay.
at her house to pick her up. She's on the live. The dude or whatever says, "Are you ready?" And she was like, "What?" And she said, "I'm sorry, I'm scratching my back on the door frame.
You're fine.
I'm being a horse and scratch my back." Yeah, the person said, "Keep up the good work. Thank you, crazy." That, "Are you ready?" She says, "No, not really." And then she mutes. And then the guy leaves. Well, there was a
Mhm.
certain awareness person that had access, which I think is so weird in itself too, but had access to the people that had him at the time and said that he wasn't even able to go to the dentist that day because she refused to go.
Okay.
Isn't that
I mean, like I said, I mean, I might get some of the stuff wrong, but
me too?
I mean, I'm active on a lot of her lives, you know, and like I said, rugs can be be an issue of it, but like,
Yeah.
but then also too, like I just feel like she's this cold-hearted person that just really doesn't care,
Yeah, that's how I
and like,
started this entire conversation because I've been around some pretty tons of people that were like bad off, but I ain't never met somebody that like her that was just so entitled and vile to people just because they won't give you their last dollar. Like
yeah.
I
But
don't.
I mean, like I said, I mean, to me, I just like, I mean, as a mother, I know my stepson wasn't mine, but I was engaged in everything when he went into foster care.
Oh,
And I wish social services would have gave him to me. Like, I really wish he would. But, they were
I
just like, well, with a lot of his behaviors exhibited, because he exhibited abuse, and, it was more so in a, I don't know if I could say it, but
what? Use a rhyming word.
uh, sexual?
I call it actual, but yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he was abused in that way, which, made him act out in that manner, at 10 years old. And, he would come to my house on weekends and he would just sit here and tell you, Mom, I want to live with you. I don't want to go back to them, and his father was abusive physically. I was a victim of domestic violence with his father. And I'm like, I said, I will try to get it through the courts, do whatever I can. I presented it to the courts. We thought he was old enough, and in the state of Virginia at the time when I was living in Virginia, that where he wanted to live was better suture for him. the judge didn't listen and still continued to let the child live in that situation. And then, that's when, he wasn't coming out clearly about what was actually happening because he was scared, which is
Right.
an, normal reaction for any child,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
I mean, could
And
you
then,
imagine being so little, your parents are the only thing you know, and then just bam, you're with complete and utter strangers you've never met before. You're pulled into most of the time a different school with
mhm,
people you've never met before. Like you have no access to anybody that you've known for your very short little bitty life. Like that's what ripped me apart when mine, like
yeah,
we had tornadoes that plowed through our town literally a week after, and I didn't know where my kids even were. I had no earthly idea. I didn't know if they were in our town. Our death toll was going up so fast, and I had no clue where my babies were. No fucking clue. And I just remember how fucking scared I was, cause so I could only imagine how scared they were. You know?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I got you. And I mean, as a mother, no mother should ever have to lose her kids to the state. Like,
I
I
fucked
mean,
up. I mean, at the end of the day, I fucked up. But
but again, it's also, I mean, we make, bad choices, but we are the ones in control to fix those bad choices, and like, to me, I feel like social services just ought to steal anybody's kids, honestly,
yeah,
and like,
that we were just talking about that. One of me and my girls were sitting talking about that kind of stuff because um they're like seriously, she didn't believe some of the shit that I said, and I'm like, no, like I literally can prove it to you. Like, for instance, the oh, I just heard somebody cough. That was weird. My husband's gone. I thought I heard like a man cough. Anyway,
I
um,
don't know.
the I can't say much, but the biggest thing that just still baffles me to this day is when they come here to pick up my babies. Um, First off, they had come at noon, told me some things that needed to be done, and that I needed to send them pictures by 4. I sent them the pictures. The person said, "Good job." 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, there's somebody knocking on my door. It was them and some police officers. They obviously read a piece of paper to us and stuff, and I asked if I could see the piece of paper, and they told me I couldn't. And I'm like I want to read it. I don't want you to read it to me. I want to read what it says. She said no, because um we've had parents rip it in front of us before. You only have one copy? Like what? And y'all,
Well, I thought
I
legally they're
found
supposed to
out.
give you a copy.
No, they literally, I had absolutely nothing that showed why about anything. But just to find out when we did get the copy, it wasn't even signed until the next day by the judge. Just
I mean,
It just proves that they can do whatever the fuck they want to. Like, it wasn't even signed until the next day. Like, how in the fuck you can come and yank babies out of a home fucking way late at night, and you ain't even got a court order for that shit? Like, no one would show us anything. And my husband got upset and he came into the house, and a cop started to, like, basically chase him inside with his drawn in front of 3 of my babies.
mm,
And we later found out his chief, actually, well, first off, I'm sorry. He started to come up the stairs when my husband went inside, and I stood in the way. And he said, "Ma'am, move." I don't know if he's going to get and I was like, "The what?" And he drew that and proceeded into my home.
Well, see, my thing of this is, and this is what doesn't make sense to me, because I've worked with, social services or, family and, family services, whatever, they are in each different state, division of youth and, youth. But my thing of it is like, what happened to the actual family assessments? Like, if there's a family that is struggling, I don't care if it's with addiction, financials, trying to, keep their house clean, if their house is falling apart and they need, low income people to come in and, fix that stuff up. Whatever happened with that?
Yeah, they're supposed
Like,
to.
I
It's
mean,
still in their packet. They're supposed to do their best to keep the family together before
yeah.
removal. But I mean, like, people are saying, well, blah 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 blah. That they did. No, they didn't. Because, like, if you don't know my story, this wouldn't make very much sense. But I had custody of two of my nephews.
Hmm.
My youngest or my oldest nephew, sorry, the only one that ended up back home, um, where they came from anyway. I
That
don't
is
even know why
definitely
I
a
said that.
lawsuit.
Anyway, so yeah, I had custody of both of my nephews for 3.5 years. Okay. They literally went back like almost exactly a year to the date that my kids were removed. Like, so a year before my children were removed, I was suitable to have two more children through the state. And I raised 10 children, well, 9, and then when my grandbaby was born, 10, in my home for 3.5 years. But all of a sudden, a year later, I'm not even suitable for my own. Like, it just doesn't make much sense. And I can't make any sense of it. I'm glad that the nightmare is coming to an end, and
Are they coming home now, or?
I can't talk about it, but
Oh, no, you're fine.
no, you're good. I just the things, girl, I could blow your brain with some of the crap that have been said and done. Somebody named Lisa is trying to come into a box. I'm gonna guess didn't mean to, because
Well, I mean,
uh,
my thing is
Lisa,
that we all make
do you mean in the
mistakes.
box, baby? Lisa McCracken. Oh Lord, that's from what we were talking about. LR
My thing
needs
is,
to change your name.
our mistakes don't, define who we are. It helps us change our mistakes. And, the way I see it, you've made a big improvement in your life, you know, co compared to everyone that I've known, and that tells me that you're a good person. You're someone I want to be able to encounter with and be friends with. And because we all know that, I mean, I'm not God sent on. I mean, people can sit here and be like, yeah, you're God sent angel. I'm not. I'm really not. Like, I did a lot of messed up stuff in the past. Like my dad died when I was 14, and I become a teen mom at 16, and I had daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
You had
I
daddy
just
issues before it was cool to have daddy issues. I get it. Like,
right. Like, I mean, it's like I'm sitting here, going out with my friends and doing whatever I wanted to do because my mom, hell, she didn't give a flying crap. You know what I'm saying? I did what I wanted to do, because I didn't have that parent saying don't do that. That's not okay.
I
And
mean,
then like if I'm
I
at a
was strict as
restaurant,
fuck, and I really was. My daughter will tell you. But I had my oldest daughter had a baby when she was 15, and my second to the oldest had one when she was 16. But I was strict as fuck. But
right?
other parents weren't, But keep on. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're fine. But I met this dude and he was at work and everything and he was like way older than I was at that time and stuff like that. He was like 24, 25 years old. And I'm sitting here and I'm measly 15 years old and he takes me out on a date, whatever. My mom, she never met him, she didn't care to meet him. She was like, "Oh, just go have fun, blah, 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 blah." And then next thing, I know 6 weeks later I ended up pregnant, and that was with my daughter Tiffany. And I'm just like, and then finally when my mom learned that I was pregnant, that's when she wanted to start carrying again. And I'm just like, oh, now you want to care, whatever, and did I feel like I ruined my life? No. Do I feel like could I have done things better? Yes. Do I regret having my daughter at 16?
Oh
No.
my God,
But
Jessica. I'm so sorry, baby. Give me one second.
you're fine.
Jessica, again, as I told everybody yesterday, for the love of God, show me that. For the love of God, show me that. I've asked where the video is 20 bazillion times. 20 bazillion times. And the only thing I keep hearing is such and such said it existed. Okay, then can somebody contact such and such and get me the fucking video? Because that's a bullshit lie. Now stop your dumb shit. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. So like so I mean like I made a lot of mistakes, growing up and my mistakes didn't define me. It just helped me learn, how to be able to correct some of these mistakes. Now, unlike Lisa Richards or LR, I should call it,
You're fine, baby.
she's never going to change her mistakes because people are so always so giving and wanting to still help her continue her use and get her fixes and do all those things that needs to be done. For me as a human, we're not perfect. God did not intend us to be perfect. There's only one person that is perfect, and that is Jesus Christ. But he has allowed us to learn that our mistakes are not going to define who we are. He has taught us that we are going to change our mistakes and we're going to change them from the negative to the positive. To be a mother at 16 years old, it was difficult. It was hard. You
Yeah, I
know,
always say
is
that
there
if
anything that we could do, I mean, our babies don't come with instructions. We learn this in
right,
a more natural state. I raised her by myself for 3 years. Her father had nothing to do with her, never wanted anything to do with her.
right.
But
I
I
always
feel,
say that my daughter, if you could, if mothering like you was a competition, and it's not, but if it was, I
mm,
like my daughter makes that shit look easy compared to like 30 and 40-year-old women that I know. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
she's killing it and it's awesome to see. Her
mm,
and her the child's father are still together. My grandbaby's 5 now. But yeah, I didn't obviously it's going to be harder being younger, but she did such an amazing job.
yeah.
Um,
But me having that daddy issue though was, I wish I could change that.
right.
And because every relationship I ever ended up with was toxic, controlling, and very abusive. Now,
I'm
me
sorry.
changing me to be a mother, I would never change that in a million years because being a mother was one of God's many blessings to me. I have my 4 kids at home. They are 16, 14, 13, and 8 years old. And I'm going to tell you, it is the best blessings that I could ever give. My daughter, she is now 23. She'll be 24. She's out on her own.
That's
She's with her
awesome.
boyfriend.
And
I
how old
raised
is
her
yours?
to,
Oh, she doesn't have a child yet.
no,
No.
she
Okay,
actually
I just want to make sure.
my grandson just turned a year old.
Oh,
You
really?
know,
That's awesome.
yeah. So,
My daughter just
yeah.
turned 21 with a 5-year-old. That's the reason I asked. I thought you said
No, you're
something.
fine.
You're
I
good.
raised her to the best of my ability. She was never a teen mom, but I miss her. I miss her daily. I miss her every day. Wishing she was still at home with me, because I know what it's like being a parent. I know how hard it is. But I know that I have to. let her leave the nest and spread her wings and fly type deal. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I need for her to do, you know? But like I'm 38 years old and I'm gonna tell you it was not as easy as it may have come. But if I could change the relationship that I was ever in, it would not have been toxic, abusive, or controlling. I wish I was able to just to be able to find a decent guy that wanted to settle down, that was actually decent, who could care less if I had guy friends, who could care less if I went out with the girls one night a week, where I was able to get a job and not have a man I had to depend on. Because I'm going to tell you, when I left my ex-husband, I didn't have a job. And I was left a house, I was left cars that the house needed payments done on it, the cars, they needed payments done on it, all those things. I had to pay the light bill, I had to do all that. It took me a while to get a job, and which really never understood, because when you have a college degree, you thought it would be easy. It's really not. But being able to finally get a job and then still having to have that part-time job, it was more so that I was able to financially put myself back where I needed to be. Did I have to learn that? Yes. Did I make a mistake by not getting a job and letting these men tell me I had to stay at home with the kids? I really loved being at home with my kids. I loved being able to take care of them and getting them on the bus and cleaning the house during the day and getting the laundry done while the kids are at school and going grocery shopping while they're at school and doing all these odds and ends. And then when my daughter was born, I had to take care of her. So I was thankful for that. I had to be in a home. So I'm really not complaining on that, but I really wish that I could have just had that backbone to sit there and say, you know what? I need a job, because if you ever was to up and leave,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not gonna have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of.
Girl, when
You
my
know,
ex-husband dipped out I kicked him out the very last time. That motherfucker went straight to the bank and drained. I have one child that did not belong to him. Um, and he did. We had just got, or I had just got, my daughter had just got, whatever, however you want to say that. Pay her dad's tax return, because he was so far behind.
mhm.
Thousands of dollars. We had just received that. And when I kicked him out, that motherfucker went straight to the bank, and drained everything except for $5 that they made him keep in the account.
Oh my Lord.
And it wasn't even it. Like, it's not like he worked for that shit. It was my daughter's. Yeah,
Yeah, and
he's
were
just a
you
piece
able
of
to
shit.
do it for that?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's joint account. And the way, because I asked about child support office about it, right? And the way they
Mm,
look at it is, we were together the entire time that this arrears was accumulated.
accumulated.
So he had helped me, which not really, but he had helped me raise her while that was accumulated. So technically, it wasn't just mine, or,
Okay.
like mine and my kids. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it is, like in the state of
Welcome to
Virginia. But like
Kentucky.
that's how it was like in the state of Virginia, because I know
Oh, y'all
me
are
and
Commonwealth too, aren't you?
yeah, well, West Virginia is also a commonwealth as well. So
Oh, okay.
I believe, as far as I know, because the laws are still technically the same, but West Virginia was divided, because they didn't want to be part of,
Right.
whatever,
Yeah.
back in the 1800s. But
Oh,
my
did you?
but my thing would be like, like if I could do it all over again, I would have had an extra checking account and would have had my family put money in it, just so I
100%.
could have money, especially if he left. Because when, it got to the point where one night he was so, so drunk, and I ended up kicking him out, and I told him to leave. He refused to leave. And then, he assaulted me. That night, I ended up calling the police. He was arrested. CPS came to my house that morning, and, we're doing their little welfare thing, just making sure everybody's okay, because they got the report. You know, they
Mm.
talked to the kids, they talked to me, and they asked me, they said, well, you know, he's going to be released in the next couple of hours. So what can we do to help you keep these kiddos safe? And I said, I need a protective order. I said, because every time I issue a protective order, it never stands still. You know, the judge always drops it. They said, well, we can help you with that. They said, but I need you to take your kids somewhere safe, and I will meet you at the court at this such and such time. We don't want you coming back here until that protective order has been served. So we're going to try to get it to where the protective order is going to be served by the time he gets out of jail. I'm like, okay. So I called my mom up. I'm like, hey, this is my situation. She was like, bring me the kids. I met her halfway, so she took the kids back to her house, and I went back to my hometown at that point, and I met social services at the courthouse. They told me that they're going to go ahead and put the, you know, protective order in place, and you know, they wanted pictures, so we documented with pictures and all those things. And I'm like, well, what am I?
She must have got a phone call. Hey, Mama Bear. Did you get a
Okay,
phone
yeah.
call? Yeah.
I ended up having to, you know,
You're good.
decline it because it was like one of the spam caller things.
You're good.
But
We just know you can ask H2. I think she's still in a box. I do that all the time to them on Discord.
so you know, I'm like, well, when it comes to court, you know, what am I supposed to do? I said, the judge is going to redrop this. They said, nope, we're coming to court. We're putting the protective order out, and you're signing
Why do
it
you
just as
think that
well
the
as all of
court?
us.
Why do you think they would have dropped it?
Because the last protective order I got on my ex-husband, when he basically choked me out in front of my kids, the judge told me that there's no law against spousal abuse.
That's
Yeah,
assault. What?
exactly. So, because
Y'all
the
are more
cop that
fucked
showed,
than we are. It sounds like.
the cops that showed up um that night, they went to court, and they, you know, presented what, you know, my neck looked like and all of that, and the judge was like, well, you must have been bound to do something to piss him off, so we're not going to charge him
Are you
with
fucking
something.
kidding me?
Yeah, basically I
Are
was
you?
the fault for all of this. But when
God damn.
social services told me to go back to my mother's house, they were going to try to get him served at the jail before he was released out on bond or on his recognizance or whatever it's called. But
ROI.
yeah,
Yes.
well,
ROI.
ROR.
Yeah.
But already he'd already left, and he ended up back at my house. And so social services and the cops showed up at my house. He answered the door, and they served him with a protective order. And they said, you need to grab your stuff. You need to leave. This protective order is being served in protection of the kids, the bruises on her body, and all those things. So, anyways, he had the cops follow him around the house, make sure he grabbed all of his stuff. He put him in the car, and they followed him all the way to where he was going to his mother's house, and they basically told him that he's not allowed anywhere on that property. If he was, I would have to call, and they would violate him on the protective order. Well, anyways, social services called me. They said, hey, just wants to let you know he's been served. You and the kids can go back home. He is not allowed on the property. If you see him, or if he makes contact with you by phone, emails, letters, anything like that, let us know, and we'll go and we'll have him on a violation charge. And I'm like, okay. So me and the kids, we come back home, and it's so quiet and so peaceful. Me and the kids, we were able to fall asleep at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's how bad it was with him being in that home and being constantly drunk. We really didn't have an outlet of sleeping, you know, because he was always trying to cause arguments and trying to nitpick with me and the kids. And, you know, it, by the time we got back to from my mother's house back to our home, we crashed for hours.
Oh, I
And then
bet.
my kids were like, Mom, we're hungry. And I'm like, well, let's just order a pizza. So I got on the phone and I ordered from Domino's. That was really the only pizza place we had in the state of Virginia that was close to our house. And so I'm like, we're not going out and getting it. They're just going to deliver it to us. So they delivered us the pizza. We sat and we watched a movie. and we all kind of crashed in the living room again at like 2 o'clock that morning. And then like I noticed after, he's been gone, my kids, they calmed down. They didn't really seem like they were on eggshells all the time. And, when we
How in the
finally
fuck
went to
did,
court,
sorry, how
you're
in the
fine.
fuck did my cat end up all the way up there? Over here, it's easier. He's got something. What? Okay,
Okay.
sorry. I just a squirrel moment because they never get on this cabinet. Everybody can tell you they always get on this one, but like, okay,
Oh, they
whatever.
find their way. They find their way.
Yeah. Well, that's why there's nothing up here. Like I had my grandma's crystal up there, and he knocked one off one day. Come on, Hadley, come on. Sorry, really didn't mean to be rude and interrupt, but that was just
That's okay.
mind blowing.
Oh no,
I
it's fine. Go
understand
ahead.
what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
I even said that last night too. My ex, after I kicked him out with what I was just talking about, he was paying, and I didn't find out until later, but he was paying like a bunch of little teenagers from my fucking apartment complex to come in the middle of the night and knock on all of mine and the kids' windows. Like I guess basically to scare me. So the first time I was asleep on the couch because I just didn't feel comfortable back in the room because like my room, we live in an apartment complex at that point,
Yeah.
but my room was at the end. So if an intruder broke in through the sliding glass door or the front
Victoria,
door, woo, what?
Struggle said she sent you a message. It's important.
Okay.
I know you're not paying attention.
Why did I feel like I just got in trouble? Like, did you see me fucking jump?
But when I went to court with social services talked to the judge, told the judge everything. How he was arrested that night. The marks on my body they got pictures of and all that. That's when the judge was like, "Well, we're going to take this serious." They put a permanent protective order against him, and well, he got so ticked off because that means he can't see the kids, he can't do none of those things. So I ended up
That's
in
very
a
controlling.
yeah. Well, he was a covert narcissist, but
I don't know what that
I ended
means.
up.
But
It's a narcissistic trait. It's where they're controlling. They regain power by abuse, and they
I
make you feel like you talk total crap about yourself. They make
thought that was
you
just
the
men.
problem,
Is that not
basically.
just men?
No, there's women that are narcissists too,
No,
but
I'm joking. I'm sorry. Yes.
but anyways, I was in a car accident, a real bad one. Me and the kids were in Richmond, Virginia, when I ended up in this car accident 'cause I was working out there at that time. And my best friend Lisa, her daughter, yeah, I know these Lisas need to change their names, but
No, that what
her
kills
daughter,
me is the not that Lisa accounts. That's what kills me.
yeah, her daughter had a birthday party, and I didn't have nobody to watch the kids for me, so she was like, "Let them come and spend some time at Savannah's birthday party while you're working, and then you could pick them up and go straight home." So I went ahead and I did that. So when I was on my way home, this lady decided that she was gonna, pull out in front of me, and I tried to slow down from hitting her, and well, she stopped in the middle of the road, and I smacked right into her. So I'm thinking she was trying to, get her a new car somewhere beyond the line. But I feel like, um, the the car was in both of our names, so why when I reported it to the loan company, why they even reached out to him when I had to issue the protective order, the car was in both of our names. But, my name was on it first, he was just on it second. So, but they actually reached out to him. And well, as soon as I got home from the hospital from, the car act, because I was in the hospital for about, 2 days. My mom, she had my kids because she had to come to Richmond, hospital to pick them up because we all were transferred together to make sure the kids were fine. I had a severe concussion when my head hit the windshield. They kept me overnight. for those 2 nights just to kind of monitor me and all that. Because I didn't have any feelings in my legs, which scared me because I thought I was paralyzed, but thankfully it didn't come down to that. But as soon as I got home from the hospital and me and the kids, got home, I got a phone call that night and asked me, "Are you ready to be unalived?" And it was from a blocked number, of course.
Was a text message?
No, it was a voicemail because it came under
Oh
a private
wow.
number, which I
And you
don't
didn't
answer private
recognize the
numbers.
name? I mean, you
No,
didn't
it was
recognize the voice, is what I
no,
meant to say.
I knew the voice because
Oh,
when I played it, because I woke up, because when you have a concussion, you're kind of up through all hours of the night, you know, and I noticed that I had 6 missed calls by a private number, but only one voicemail. And he was consistent. I mean, he was drunk, and he says, "Are you ready to DIE?"
okay.
Basically. And I freaked out. I called the cops, and the cops came over, and I told them, I said, "Hey, I got this protective order against my ex. This is my ex on the call." They took it serious. They violated his protective. They violated the protective order, and they charged him with harassment and threatening phone calls.
Hey, how are you?
And
Yeah.
then
Things
I,
like that are just so like it was insane to me when I was learning about like DVOs and stuff like that, like how they worked. I was helping a friend with some stuff. It it was very crazy to me how that shit works because like and somebody said that they've changed it a little bit now, but used to you could uh like the protection or whoever filed the protection oil order could contact as much as they want. So if say
like, if
I
I
got
wanted to make contact with him, I could do it all I want without violating it, but he's not allowed to make contact or he's violating it,
right, but
which I
that's not
find it to
okay.
be
In
stupid.
my opinion, that's not okay though. Like it's
Right.
not at all because that you know just because you shouldn't be able to contact them either
Right.
because why would you message somebody you didn't want to message you back besides to just be a complete and utter dick? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
I don't agree with that on that basis either. Because
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, like he ended up filing for wanting supervised visitations with the kids, and so of course I had to drop them off at the supervised place, and then the courts ended up. I mean, I still have the protective order against him, but it's for us to make contact for each other about the kids and set up visitations and all those things. So I could drop the kids off at his house,
yeah,
and he can come and drop the kids off at my house, whatever. But then I end up having to go through the whole protective order stuff again with my son because my son texts me at 11:30 at night, tell me how he felt unsafe. Him and his partner were completely drunk. They were beating on Addie. That's my daughter. She's my 8-year-old autistic daughter. She was 7 at the time, and how he would sit there and say they were beating on her, and that
HQ. Look at
they
your
haven't
messages,
eaten
baby.
dinner yet. Like, nobody was trying to get them fed.
Do
Nobody
what?
was trying to do anything.
Look at your messages. I'm
And
sorry.
so I ended up having to go get a protective order on him again with my son. My son, they approved the protective order, but then the judge denied it and said that he was making all of it up. So now I'm having to go back through supervised visitations again. And the kids have been appointed a GAL. And I just told my son, I said, you need to tell everything that the judge has said,
Oh, I'm
that you
sorry.
told the judge. And I said, maybe they can prohibit the protective, maybe they can, say, well, this isn't the right situation for these kids, because this is what the kids endure. The kids don't want to see them, whatever the case may be, so now I have to go through all that again. But
Right. I understand. Struggles. Are you okay, baby? I know, babes.
but
I
I just feel
got
like
you.
I feel like these men, they try to take it upon themselves to somehow regain their control. Whether it's through the kids, whether it's through the courts, whether it's back through the ex. And that's one thing I would never allow my ex to do was try to regain control of me again because that is That is not okay for anybody to ever do. Like the last relationship I just got out with, his name is John, and I got away from him because he tried to do the same stuff with me, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. I'd rather be a single mom than continue being with these men that are gonna treat me like tea tattoo shit. Like
I 100%, like, I've been through some shit too. But I'm gonna change the subject. One of the girls is having a hard time with it. Um, and I know, I'm sorry. I love hearing other people's our stories. We do have a couple of girls that are like literally actively in certain situations. So yeah, she's just having a hard time with listening to it or whatever.
no, it's
But
not. Can I
yeah,
can I can I say something before we change
yeah,
the subject though? Have
yeah.
you ever been cheated on by a man, but then kind of find out it's just not women he's cheated on you with?
My fuck no. I've not been che- I've not been cheated on since I was a teenager, except for my ex-husband's. That's why we ended up divorcing, is because
Well,
he
right.
slept with my best friend.
I've been
Um,
cheated on by in every relationship I've ever been in, but it's
my
the first
husband
time I
now
can
is
honestly
absolutely
say
fucking amazing.
it's it's the first time I can honestly say when I found out that John cheated on me with a dude, I was like, you know what? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's not okay.
Yeah. My husband now is absolutely amazing. Like, he he would never. He's great. But yeah.
I know that one person out there for me. I just have to find him, and I'm gonna let God bring him to me because I
How old did
know
you
that
say you
God
are?
has a plan. I'm 38.
You're 38. Yeah, the reason I asked is because I'm also 38. Me and my husband's been together for almost 15 years. This year will be 15 years. And yeah, I get shit all the time because I'm older than him.
How
But
old is your husband?
he's 6 years younger than me. So he's
Okay,
17.
gotcha.
Um,
Does it feel weird though being
nope.
a little bit older?
Uh, no. Again, we've been together for 15 years, but he uh yeah, he was
Yeah.
a lot younger. Like, I went to his high school graduation. So
Okay.
um,
Okay.
but I mean, I was in my early 20s. So anyway, I don't want to get started on that because good God Almighty, fucking people, bro. Um,
I know I'll
hey,
find my Mr. Right
Struggles.
eventually.
Rose said hi, Struggles. Tell her, Rose. Tell her. Say hi. Say hi to your best friend. I love you.
Aww.
Struggles doesn't like my friend. She asked me if it
Is
was a
that
rat.
is that a
Said, do I
water
look like a
dragon?
rat? Said, do I look like the rat? I look like the dragon.
Is that a water dragon?
No, it's a bearded dragon.
Oh, it's a bearded dragon. He's so cute. I had some water dragons.
Yeah, see? Say, my name is Rose, and I love Struggles. Tell her Struggles. Give her mooch. Give him Struggles a mooch.
Oh.
Then the liquor.
Snuggles. She says
Struggle.
struggles. She says she wants to give you kisses.
Yeah, look how pretty and vibrant she is right now. I know this camera sucks, but she just went through a shed. So look at her. She's
Is
all
it true
mama.
when they shed, it means they're getting bigger?
Yeah. You see how she's holding on?
Oh.
Like, she's like hugging my little fingers. She said, "Oh my God." It's funny though, she did that hand like this, but I bet you she's doing like this. But yeah, it just looks like she's hugging my little finger or my fingers. She's awesome.
Yes.
She suffered. Do you see her, like, little, how her tail is all cock ass with?
Yes.
When she was only here for like a week, maybe two. Um, we she has had a different kind of cage than our other beardy, so we didn't even think about it. But how the top of it was made, like it was plastic. I don't know. Anyway, my big fat ass cat that was on top of that shelf a second ago, he jumped on top of her cage and it
Mhm.
fell in, and thank God he didn't get her, but it broke her little back. And we took her to um the vet, and the vet told us that she just basically let her die. And she's still here 4 years later. Say, I may
Oh,
I may have a big bump. It just made me look like I got a big old booty. Huh.
nothing
Yeah,
wrong
look,
with that.
Sugar,
As
she's
long
trying
as
to
you're
find you.
healthy.
You see her trying to find you, Struggles? She's like,
And struggles, positive vibes to you. Hopefully, I didn't trigger anything when I was talking about my story, sweetheart.
huh? What are we trying to say? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on. I got it. Anyway, yeah, it, stop. Sorry, I was, yeah. Um, H2, I sent that to you, babe. She was my spirit, absolutely. Yeah, she is. Her name is Rose. And Dad just went to a shed. That's why I'm all pretty. No, I mean she's pretty anyway. But yeah, it does. I mean, she just look like she got some scoliosis going on or something. But go. Is that
Do you
not why
have
you were
another
talking?
cage for her?
No, yeah, we've had her for 4 years. But go. Are you not going outside? You were just standing there barking at me for nothing. That's what I fucking thought. Yeah, we just, it's the same cage. We just put a different lid on it that won't do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
like I
have
said,
a
she was
friend
in
of
here.
mine that had a it was some type of dragon. I can't remember, but it was like one of the bigger size dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the name of it, but it's almost like a bearded dragon, but he's a little bit bigger.
Like a
But
Komodo or something.
I think that's what it was because they had him in a fish aquarium when they first brought him home, and he got so big he ended up outgrowing the fish aquarium. So they had him running around the house.
No, I threatened. I threatened to. I won't do it. But when my grandma was still alive,
Uh-huh.
my grandma did, and y'all, I encourage anybody to do this, okay? Because it was the best, most easiest thing. So my grandma did the thing where, like on larger furniture, she wrote our names on the back of it, like who it was supposed to go to. She wrote our names on the back, and like kind of like a will, but she just labeled it for us. I don't know. So I told her that when she passed, and I got her curio cabinet, that thing. I know it's dark
Oh,
as
that's
shit, but
pretty.
her curio cabinet, I told her I was gonna make it into a terrarium. She said she would haunt me, so needless to say, I didn't do it. Last thing I need is for her to come haunt me,
Yeah, I know. I would go to my best friend's house, and she'd have that dragon that
Move,
running around in
move.
the house,
Yeah,
and
see.
she'll sit there and she'll tell me, she's like, "Hey, just let you know, Sparkles is running around the house," and I'm like, "Sparkles is
Our
running around
big,
the house," and she's like,
our
"Yeah,
bigger
Sparkles is running
one,
around the house."
our bigger one that we lost, like last year, maybe the year before. I don't remember. Uh, he did too, with the dogs. The dogs were terrified of him. Yeah. He just ran around the, the house. He had a little uh leash and everything. Uh, he would go to the store with me. I actually registered him as a emotional support animal. We did. We have registered him for my son as an emotional support animal. So
Right.
just over
I
here
mean,
doing my
I
thing.
feel like those little dragons, animal or reptiles, are so good for you because, like, I know, like,
He's a sweetie.
they
Or
could
he
scare
was a
you at some
sweetie.
point.
He loved to snuggle. Can we not put our claw into my chest, young lady?
Like, I mean, I remember my water dragons and stuff.
Hold the
Like, I let them run
phone,
around the
Goofy.
bedroom around a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if I really wanted to. Like, I could let them run around all the time. And
Well,
then
did it require heat? Like, was it
the
a
yeah, like when I would clean them out, I'd let them run around the house, like run around the bedroom. It was only for like a few minutes, but they definitely needed
right?
their heat.
Well, she loves
Um,
her. She loves a bath. That's the reason I asked.
yeah, but I just know the one that my friend had. She had that thing running around the house the whole entire time, and she'll tell me Sparkles is running around, just so you know. And I'm like, isn't Sparkles supposed to be in the cage? She was like,
Nope.
no, he's so big now. And then she'd sit there and she'd grab him, and I'm like, oh my lord, that is a big old thing.
Here, sit down real quick. Sit right there for just a second. Stay.
So she'll let Sparkles run around the house and he'll, get under your feet, and
Oh
when
my
he
god.
touches your feet it scares you for a minute. I'm like, oh, okay. But I mean,
Johnny,
it's something to get used
Shuckles is
to.
gonna come see me so she can play with Rose. Aren't you, baby? You gonna come hang out with me and Rose? Y'all, I'm trying to get this. You know how hard it is to carry, which Leonard could hold on. But obviously because of her injury, she's a little floppy when it comes to things. But he would sit up on my shoulder if I was doing what I'm doing to her right now. He would have just climbed up on my shoulder and rode along. We have a friend that she has I don't remember. It's not a leopard gecko. It's something. Maybe it is. I don't know. She has one that she has like a little baby carrier for. It's funny. It is. Y'all, this is insane. Did dipshit in the comments ever tell us, like, y'all, where in the fuck is this video? I need to know because it's driving me fucking crazy. If one more goddamn person comes to me and be like, blah, 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 I'm going to be like, show me the goddamn video. Literally, I've talked to 5 different people, and you want to know what every single one of them said when I said, can you tell me where to find that video?
They don't
Anyway,
know.
I don't know. I didn't see it. She just said it existed. Like, did she make the fucking shit up then? Like, wouldn't be first time. Where's the fucking video? Where is it at?
Is this
You
about the
know
dead
damn goody
dog for
well
10
it would be
days?
shared everywhere. Do what?
Is it about the dead animal that was laying there for 10 days or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Some dumbass. What? Quit being an asshole, bro. No.
If there was really a video, it would be like shared all over TikTok. It would have
That's
went
what I'm
viral by
saying.
now.
That is 100% what I'm saying. Watch her, y'all.
I
When she gets mad at me because I won't do what she wants me to do, she pulls the fucking vent up. Because she's an asshole. Watch her. Oh, she's going to lay down. Every time I start to record her. What do you want? Outside? Let's go. Let's go. Outside. Come on. She doesn't want to go outside. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Go. Hadley. You're not going to sit here and bark at me, bitch. I don't know. What do you want from me? What? You're a royal pain in my ass, aren't you? All day, every
and
day.
who were
But I just want to know where the damn video is. Like, no one can tell me. I want to see it. So it's insane. I swear to God. So the only thing I can think of that they're probably talking about is when OO was in the hospital and my cat passed away. But as soon as the family got home, it was taken care of. Like,
I mean, who are they saying killed whose animal? Like, that's
they're
what I'm confused
saying
on.
there's, and I don't know, H2 especially, I don't know if what was being said yesterday that they thought, quote, somebody on the panel said, I don't think that that is entirely true, because somebody that was not in that live said the exact same thing. But anyway, basically that,
Well, that's disgusting.
ain't it?
Thing is, like, I feel like at some point, like, okay, animals, they die, you know, and I mean, whether they're in the woods or whatever, and we can't get to them, and it's been however long, that's one thing. But if someone legitimately killed an animal and it was there for
No,
10 days and still didn't do anything,
yeah.
it would be viral
It,
by now.
but that's so, exactly. And it's so fucking stupid, because that happened, what, 4 years ago? When my animal just passed away, was not left in the floor for anything hoopty hoopty plop plop, like these dumbass motherfuckers are saying. Yeah, no, I just can't. I
Like,
can't.
I
There's so
I
many
lost my
fucking
cat.
things that I learned that I did on this fucking app every fucking day, and it's weird, and I proof
But,
that they have they're just sitting here spitting out shit for
mm,
what? For what?
take a breath, Victoria.
Got fucking friends that's got to change their damn shit because motherfuckers can't be nice.
Right.
I'm so
I just
damn.
lost my family cat like a week ago. And it took me 2 days to finally get her buried because you know it's freaking cold. You're not gonna be able to break no ground. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my grandfather with his utensils because he's got all the right utensils to dig a hole that can break or chop up a ground. That's hard. And I had to get him to come help me. Like you know, people make things out to be them as bad as it's not supposed to be.
Look at the chat. Don't say it out loud. That's the reason I put it in chat. But that is what they're saying it passed from.
Oh shit.
And again, the last cat. Stop, Hadley, bro. Stop. Sorry, my damn dog is fucking sitting here barking at me, and I don't know why. Anyway, was my cat. It passed away while I was at the hospital with my husband, or with my husband, shit, with my baby. When he got put in Nashville, 4 years ago. Now, but that happened while my kids and my husband were down there visiting their little brother that they hadn't seen in fucking 2 weeks. And it happened while they were gone. The dogs got out of their kennel and bam chicka blam blam. And sadly, that's what happened. And then when my family got home, my husband found it, called me, let me know, and then went outside and fucking buried him. I
Oh
don't know
my
where the
god.
fuck this 10 days in the damn floor. I swear to God, I hate fucking people. Who the fuck knows, girl? Who the fuck knows that would do that to an animal?
People are
But,
sick.
and then I want every single one of you fuckers, yes, it's weird, I get that, but go call any place to get a lizard cremated. Please call them and ask them, okay, well, if I can't do it in the next 24 hours, what should I do with the animal until I get the money? Every fucking one of them is going to tell you only way to preserve them is to put them in a freezer. I did not put the lizard in a freezer with food. It was by itself. The freezer was fucking up anyway. God
Yeah.
damn it. People piss me off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people make so many accusations to make somebody look like they're this big bad person when they're really not. And
They have
again,
no
that's the
fucking
whole
idea. They just
facade.
lie and
Yeah,
lie
like,
and lie and lie. Like, and this is the thing too, because all my people can tell you, I do my very, 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 very best sometimes, yes, I fuck up and I don't really think before I speak. But certain people know with their platform and their hold on, I got to do air quotes, accountability and credibility that all it takes is for you to say one thing and then the whole internet thinks it's true. Although I know she doesn't give a damn, I do. You know, like
Yeah.
basic math skills, you know. I'm sorry if
I
you
mean,
don't know.
no, I mean, like,
We did a deep dive we did a deep dive into my life for 5 months. Please tell me how ridiculous it is that this person studied my life, looked into my life for 5 whole months, just to the very first video already be wrong less than 2 minutes in.
I mean,
On a
imagine,
very
okay,
basic thing that everybody knows.
right. Well, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people, they put on this
Oh,
facade, like they're better than everybody else, and they want to sit here and they want to deep dive into somebody else's life, deep dive in their own, because you don't know what they're had. They have their own skeletons in their own closet. Lord knows what they do to their animals. Like us, we
to
have
come
kids
up with
who are
that shit,
human.
that's what I said the other day, but it wasn't about
Exactly.
animals.
But I mean, we have kids. We have human kids. We love our kids. You know, we love our animals. Whatever, our animals are also our kids. We're going to sit here and we're going to do our best to take care of these animals. Our animals, like my family cat, she was old. She died of old age.
Oh,
She,
that
she,
cat right there was my baby, man. I loved him so much. His name was Charlie. And I
yeah.
mean, I love
Like
my other babies too, but god damn it, I'm sorry.
No, honey, you're fine.
I'm
But
bursting
I
my
mean,
heart.
like I cried for days over this cat because this was my family cat. Like I got her when my daughter was just was itty bitty, and and I found this cat on the side of the road, and I brought her home and I gave her home and I loved her and I took. I mean, when I found her, she was emancipated. She was not taken good care of, you know. And I feel like at some point, like it broke my heart because I had to wait 2 days to get my cat cremated, but I couldn't break that ground. That ground was hard as hell, And I mean, the cold weathers that we've been getting,
I
I mean, you're
called
not
the
gonna break a
fucking
ground.
I
But
called the fucking thing to have our lizard cremated, and it was gonna be like I'm almost positive, and I keep saying this because I don't want somebody to be like she's lying, but I am almost positive that it was like 475, possibly 375.
yes, Doozy, that's
I
the
said,
name.
you know,
I said it wrong,
whatever, and these motherfuckers just I don't know. They told me the place told me that the only way to preserve him would be to have put
stick
him in a
him in the
freezer.
freezer.
And lo and motherfucking behold, I had a freezer that was about to get taken to the fucking dump. Well, at least it wasn't in my house anymore. And yeah, that I put him in a Ziploc bag like they told me to, and placed him in the fucking deep freezer for 3 days until I realized I'm not going to be able to get up this money, and even if I do, like we're going to need it for other things. So I talked to my son. I made him this little memorabilia because I was going to make him obviously something with the ashes, and I made him this little memorabilia thing. Where's my phone at? I'll show you. And I'm just fucking fed up with it. Shut the fuck up or show me what you're talking about. Point blank, period. Quit spreading your fucking weird ass narrative just because you think you can. It's disgusting. God dang it, people. You know what? I'm not getting into this
I
today. I'm not getting
I
into
see
this
it on the
today. I'm
news.
going to talk about Valentine's Day things, and I'm just not. I'm
Yeah.
going to not attempt to assassinate. What?
I mean,
What?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Hold on.
if no, you're fine.
Oh, on. Oh, and hold. Never. Should I?
But if this was all true, it would be so
Mm,
viral because there has been
that's what
places
I
in
said.
Virginia I have seen where people have been arrested for neglect of the animals, neglect of the children, because they have dead animals in their floors, where the point to where the animals who are dead have leaked out whatever was in their body,
Who is
their
that? Hold on.
fur, their skin, everything was deteriorating.
Somebody, mods. Somebody tell me who that person is. John.
Dude,
John.
oh, he came from my side.
Did, oh, okay. So he's never mind. I'm sorry. I thought never mind. Okay, good. I'm sorry. He said obviously your name Kay, but I thought somebody was talking like accidentally. It was a mistype, and they were talking about my daughter Jay, and I was about to say that wasn't the same cat, but okay, yeah, sorry. No, my daughter Jaden had a cat. Her name was Runty. Like the fucking mama didn't want it because it was a runt, and like we had to help bottle feed it and shit, and it was her cat forever and ever. She like smart as fucking hell because I had a bunch of kids and couldn't like, I probably wouldn't have noticed if the cat wasn't running around at least for a little bit, right? And she was so smart because she knew I'd be standing there washing dishes at least once a day, and she was laying in front of the sink every time I went over to the sink. She was just right there, and I couldn't figure out why, and it was because she was trying to tell me that she wasn't okay. And
No, but I mean, like, there's
you're
just
good.
there's certain things in this
And
whole
then
situation. If there was any truth or facts, it would be a viral video. I would just, girl, I would just block the freaking haters that blame this video, because I've been scrolling on TikTok for freaking 4.5 freaking years. Never once came across a video like that. Secondly,
what?
if there was
Hold on.
what,
It's so weird that we're having this conversation. But I just got a text. God bless. One of the girls, their daughter came in at 3 o'clock in the morning, hysterical. She had hit a fucking cat, but it didn't kill it. So it didn't kill it. So she called 911. The cop came out and told her to leave. He was going to shoot it and put it out of its misery. But they can't discharge a firearm like that, can they? I don't know if they can or not, but like, what
they
the fuck?
can with deers, but I mean, if you was to take a cat to a vet, they can save its life.
No, but they're not going to do that for a stray. I mean, maybe if it had a chip, but that's weird. I don't know. That's just a weird thing. Whatever. Now, I mean, I started to say something a second ago, and I can't even really remember. But the things that they come up with, like, you wonder what's in their brain that would allow them to come up with this shit, right? Like, you don't just come up with shit out of the blue without being able to have that sick, twisted mind, right? Like,
Right.
I don't know. H2, what do you think?
I mean, if that was even the case, you would have been charged with a crime, and you
No, dude.
wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot more to that. But what do you think? Not
Right.
just necessarily the cat thing, H2, but like the shit that they come up with, the nasty, vile, off the chart shit.
Yeah.
You have to have a pretty disgusting imagination to be able to come up with it, right? Like the thing about the reason Nathan actually stayed with me, like, who the fuck just comes up with that shit?
I don't know.
Stupid
Right?
people.
So, how many people are in here? 44. Anyway, I was in active addiction for a long while, right? Well, not a, whatever, a couple years, a couple few whatever years, and I obviously my husband stayed with me during this time. Now, people have their mind set on that basically that he chose me over the children, blah 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 blah. But that's not the case. There was way more to that. And again, I tell this every single time because I can't explain it right now. If you go back to some of my earlier videos, you'll get your explanation. I just can't say it again right now. Anyway, but that, but like I said, he chose me over the kids, which is not what happened. But all of a sudden, when I started into my recovery, we have this amazing little story that comes out. And this person is saying, I was going to say insinuating, but am I right in say she was saying, not insinuating, right, y'all? You know what I'm talking about, right? H2.
I believe so.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, no, I was just anyway.
Yeah.
So this particular person had a theory, okay, that the only reason my husband would have stayed with me is if I was hiding a deep, dark secret for him, insinuating that God, that makes me sick to my stomach, that my grandbabies were possibly my husband's. And that's the reason he stayed with me through addiction. Because who in the fuck would stay with somebody through that? Who in the fuck would love an addict enough
True
to
fucking
stay?
love. I mean, didn't you take vows till death do us part and all this other good stuff?
Now, I understand if, well, no, I don't understand that part of it. But if it truly was that I was chosen over our children, that's fucked up. I mean, 100%. But that's not what happened. That would have never happened on either one of our sides. But this is what I want you to make sense of. Well, not want you. I just want you to think in your brain, because the very next week, I think it was the very next week, they started telling everybody, and again, I want to reiterate, I am stating something that is not facts about what has happened. This is clearly just what other people were saying. Okay, do we understand? We understand.
It's rumors.
Yeah, well, I don't want people to be able to run and be like, oh, this is what she said's going on. So it's what other people said were going on. Anyway, right after he made that, or they made that statement that that's the only reason he would have stayed with me, they started telling people that he had unsupervised visits with the children, but I did not. But the other is true too. They can't figure it out. Their brain cells don't work, I reckon. And they can't figure it out because that don't make no damn sense. How can both of those be true? They're not. Neither one of them, actually. Well, okay, never mind. I'll shut up. At the time, neither one of them. Regardless, I don't know. It's all just insane. The nasty, disgusting shit that they come up with. I mean, like, I've stood at the end of the bed rooting my teenage daughters on to get pregnant. I've what the little cat thing now. They acted like I put the damn bearded dragon, like mixed it in with the soup or something. Like, What are some more crazy out of this world shit that's been said about me, y'all?
Girl,
There's a bunch, and it's so gross. It is so gross.
I've never once heard this rumor, so I would say that this is not viral. This is the stuff that they're making up for clout and views and all this other stuff. There's no video out there because if it was, I would have told you firsthand. I watch this thing day in, day
100%.
out.
Like that's the thing is that if the video was out there, everybody would be sharing it everywhere. It would have been in my inbox. That dumb cunt over on Discord would have said, "How do you explain this?" Because that's what she does about everything. That's funny though too, y'all. The one that I showed, I almost dropped you. The one that I showed that had wrote me every day that 1 month, right? She's still writing me every single day over there. It's hilarious. But anyway, I don't know. It's all just the same. My friends can't even say hello. Fuck, people that don't even know me can't even say hello because these bastards are going to just start talking shit yet again, as they fucking always do. It's weird. It's uncalled for. And like, what the actual fuck is wrong with people? I wish that
They have nothing better else to do but sit here and freaking talk all the mad crap about
But they all
people.
have jobs and don't have time to sit on the internet all day. That's literally like their excuses. But
Yeah,
then
I'm
we're
at work
sitting
and
on
I'm
the
on the
internet
internet.
all day. What?
I'm at work and I'm sitting on the internet.
Right? I mean, oh yeah, I'm faking a knee injury because can y'all not do that crazy shit? Anyway, I'm faking a knee injury because, you know, I can just like make an MRI look like yes, I'm feeding my dogs fucking leftovers because I don't have no dog food right now. Before somebody says, what the fuck is she doing?
I feed my dogs leftovers. Ain't no shame in that.
I'm feeding them Simply Salad. I hope it doesn't fuck their whole ass stomach up. I really do.
No, it shouldn't.
Anyway, yeah, this crap, whatever it's called. Shit, I can't even hold it. Look, this fucking tablet is awkward as hell. That shit.
Oh, pasta salad.
Yeah, it's called Simply Salad. I think. Here, Gracie, here, come on, you come with me because the big assholes will fight you over this. Come on, Gracie, Gracie.
My
No,
dog
just Gracie.
stole a
Come
slice
on.
of pizza last night. I hope I don't come home to dog
There you go,
mess
Gracie.
today.
There you go.
My dog ate a pizza and didn't mess up
Oh,
her stomach, so you should be good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just hope it doesn't hurt the little belly shit. But now they're gonna get pizza because God only knows. I don't know. Oh, that's what I wanted to do real quick before we get off here. Hold on, it's gotta cool down. I warmed it up too much. Where did my phone go this time? I need ideas. Again, if anybody wants to come up, you can. Where's my ideas? Y'all, and I haven't even set up Siri yet, so I don't know where she's at.
Ooh, Doozy's making spinach Alfredo pizza. That sounds
What?
good.
Oh my goodness. Isaac last night said he's going to post some. Oh, there it is. How long has it been since I was in the bathroom fixing my hair? That's where my phone is. Anyway, Isaac said he was about to post some videos of like whatever. I can't even think right now. Good, like cheap, easy meals. Good thing what? Spinach pizza? What in the fuck are you doing to those poor pizzas? Poor pizza, putting spinach on that shit. Weirdos. Yeah, I found it. Okay. I'm going to show y'all things that I've done and not like a lot of them. But I'm going to show y'all things that I've done, and I want y'all to help me come up with something like creative. Okay? Okay. Hold on. Let me figure. Get off my screen, bitch. Okay. So, we're doing Valentine's Day. So, we have these little burlap thingamabobbers.
Oh,
And it was a tic-tac-toe. So, they get how many ever you would need. X's and O's on the little cube, and then a little pouch that you can play on the back of. And I even went through and put everybody's name on their little whatever that is pouch thingy. Okay, this one was like a super quick one. We did, I think he was in preschool at the time, but we did the little go-gurt or the squeeze it things, and it says you're my main squeeze. This is the notorious one that we did, and each kid just got to come up and get a big candy and like 3 or 4 suckers.
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my daughter's having a thing on Valentine's Day that I'm going to attend to.
H2's gonna tell me
But it's
that.
for donuts and coffee for the adults, and I get to stay for the Valentine's party.
Yeah, we do all the time. Do y'all not do that all the time? We stay,
Um,
like our school has always been to where we could stay.
I never really get to do
Look,
it with my
for those
daughter.
of you who didn't get to see, look at that. That was Finley's. Hold on, let me turn on the brightness. That was what Mackenzie had gotten for Finley's decorations. How awesome is that? She
That's
said it was only
beautiful.
$30 on Amazon for all that. And then there was like, I wish I would have gotten a picture of it, but they were like boxes and they were stacked on top of each other and they spelt out 1, 2. But it was like, you know, like the cake boxes where it's got the film and you can see through it. It was just those cardboard with those and little balloons inside of it. And then it said, well, the O was like a snowflake because that's the theme. And yeah, I thought that was super cute.
Yeah.
Well, we need to do that for the kids. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, the candy thing. Which one are you talking about? The big one? I'll show you in just a second. Or put it back up in just a second. I need to find these other ones. Oh, okay. And then we did this. Oh, I turned the brightness up again because I was having a hard time. Okay, we did this. Did H2 see that? I'm making trouble. Do you see it? Isn't it cute? I made it's a Yoo-Hoo Reese's, the little mini things, and then a Hershey's. I made little race cars.
That is awesome. I'm gonna have to do that for my son because he's a Yoo-Hoo person.
Yeah, that one says racing into Valentine's Day. We made a Valentine's box. And this one, is a little iffy. But look, can you tell me what is it? What is it?
A hot air
It's
balloon?
yeah. I'm a mess. I know I am. Crazy.
I
Are
like
you showing the little box,
those.
baby? Maybe not. Yeah, hot air balloon. Oh, and then a football field. Crazy. Did you mean to get in a box, love? Earth the crazy oil? Nope. I don't know. I'm dyslexic.
That
5,
is like
4, 3, 2, 1.
one.
Deuces. But yeah. And then there's more. Like we did the little mini sodas in